I'm Thomas Prather with Condition Air Systems in Gainesville, Georgia. I'm the fabrication manager and tasked with producing all the ductwork that we install. We just purchased the 1000 plus. It's a 5 by 20 foot cutting table. We just replaced the 2900 split table design. Didn't have a need to replace it other than we had a little bit of wear and tear on our old plasma cutter. Rather than just get completely down and out, we were going to replace it while we could get a good trading value for our old plasma cutter, which was in great shape, still working functionally 100%. And wanted to upgrade, just wanted to get with the new software, the new controller, and it helps out quite a bit, the new controller does. Well, they love it. It's very easy to keep up with the sheet number they're on. They can actually watch it, highlights every piece that it's cutting. You can follow it and trace it around. It highlights it as it cuts it. And the traverse speed in between cuts is a lot faster than the old one. And we've minimized the slop with the belts. The bands are a lot tighter, a lot more precise. Our radiuses are a lot better. Everything about this whole new system, we have a smaller footprint, higher quality piece, and the production value of it is immense, because in between each cut, we're going 800 inches a minute versus maybe 600 inches a minute, and actually cuts faster also. Oh, it was great. I've known Mike for a long time. He's the epitome of a 100% great guy, good salesman, does what he says he's going to do. Pretty much got the machine on the day he promised, exact time. The guy was here at 5:30 in the morning. We got started on it early. Got the machine put in place on Friday morning. The installer was here on Monday, and pretty much by Monday evening we were cutting and trained. We buy quality because we produce quality, and we want to buy good quality products so we can produce good quality products, because that's one thing in my shop that we push is, number one, safety, and number two, quality and production. You got to have the right equipment to produce a good quality product. Well, the belt drive's a lot tighter, number one. There's no play in it, where if you got gears, there's always going to be, no matter how minute it is, there's going to be a little bit of play in there. And over time, all the traversing back and forth, X, Y, it's going to get some slop in those gears. And on the one I had before, I noticed that we had a lot of slop in the corners. I couldn't really pinpoint it why. And as I went to see my gears, the gears were worn really bad, And I've had this belt drive system for 10 years, not a slop problem out of it at all. All of my welded duct fits better. Everything's a lot tighter. It's really good, really good. So I would say the plus on the belt drive versus the rack and pinion is it don't wear like the rack and pinion. The gears, you got metal on metal going back and forth continuously, and if you're cutting 2 tables, 10 hours a day every day, you're going to wind up with some slop. So, the belt drive, we hadn't had any issues at all, the water jet or our plasma.
So if you were buying a new system tomorrow, what would you buy?
No doubt, belt drive, for sure.